What are we talking about? Come on, man. 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 How many push-ups you want to do here, pal? Oh, come on, man. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. What is he doing? Come on, man. Give me a little break here. But everybody knows who this guy is. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Get a life.
Come on, son.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Come on, man. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You're making money. Come on. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
Good morning. Let me make sure I am not mic'd. I just noticed that. I'm never ready, y'all. I'm never ready. That's on me. That is on me. But, man, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Critically Drinking. I'm your host, Rashawn. And today, I'm not even going to lie to you. Might not be feeling it. I am considering, guys. I'm considering because Brother Clarence and them are on, and it looks like they're having a really interesting conversation. And I just saw Conscious TV just went live as well. So we may pull a pivot. Reza in the building. Hello. And we got Inya in the building. Hello. Man. And Bree with the. I wish they showed the emotes in StreamYard. I'm starting to like the new emotes. But let me tell y'all, we are at both you and him. See, y'all better quit dividing y'all time. I appreciate y'all, but make sure y'all go check out that conversation. Look lively. Rico is already on one, so I'm tempted to cancel myself and just go and listen. Hey, I'm tempted to cancel myself and just go and listen. What is up, Quantum? I want to get into some mess. Right, me too. You like the new emotes? I like the one that looks like the Bugs Bunny. New. I like that one. I'm starting to feel them. But give me a second. Today, folks, let me just go ahead into it because I'm gonna tell y'all. As I was approaching Thursday, because I had so many streams going, I honestly just wasn't feeling talking about dudes today. Like, I'm really annoyed. I'm really annoyed by my compadres, my compatriots, my cohort. Stream fishing, I know, right? So this may not be a long one. If nobody shows up, that's cool. That means that we can make it short. We can check out. I mean, because I'll be trying to watch other people, but it's been really hard. The Real Serious B, we got Lola in the building. Hello, lady. Appreciate you. Men only sound dumb when they are not listening. I mean, maybe that might be it. But I'm going to play a couple of videos, a couple of things that caught my eye. I know some of these you've seen. I'm going to play the first 2 minutes of this Auburn Preach video because they talk about the guy with the 7 people, 7 kids. Yeah, I know, Brie. I know. Shush. I'm going to play that real quick. He just talks about it because I was in a stream. I was watching somebody and they started defending. If I tell a woman I don't want to have kids, but I'm still practicing unprotected sex, and I decide I don't pull out, and I tell her I'd prefer she have whatever word everybody's comfortable with. If I do all of that, then I'm good. I'm not accountable. I was like, man, you got to be kidding me. But I'm going to play the first 2 minutes of this. Work and learn. Dury, what is going on? I'm going to play the first 2 minutes of this. Another couple minutes of this passport dude. I know they're talking about passport dudes over on Brother Clarence. That's what caught my eye. I was like, man, because I wanted to point these dudes out. It's getting bad out here, y'all.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth, And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, not wearing protection. But I always tell
What's up,
these
Joe?
women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children.
Only these 7. They're probably getting ready. Let me just let this play.
Only 7. Hey, listen. I could be forgiving to this rhetoric if it was one woman. 7? Only 7 have kept it. That means he's gotten a lot of other women pregnant. Guys, I don't think you guys are aware. I don't know if you guys know this, but an abortion is a fucked up thing to have to go through physically. I don't think you guys realize the kind of burden you place on the other person in terms of hormone imbalance, in terms of mental health, in terms of physical health, like how much it fucks them up to have to go through an abortion. Yep. Plan B, that's also bad too. It be fucking up people. When you're messing with people's hormone levels and putting everything out of whack, it messes up their week, sometimes much longer. So you have to understand, you guys can't use that as a form of common birth control. It's one thing if there's an accident that happens or whatever, you guys take care of it that way. But it can be a reoccurring thing where you expect that of your partner and then act that entitled. If you feel so strongly about not having kids, go get a vasectomy, stupid.
Stupid.
You getting 7 women pregnant? No, sorry. You got many more women pregnant, but you mad at the 7 who kept a kid. Like, yo, if you're that fucking irresponsible and you want to bust nuts inside of all these women, you're a loser deadbeat. It's like, listen, if you want to do the pull-out method, but you having that much failure, that means you're not pulling out at all. You really fucking stupid.
Pull-out don't work. Pull-out is risky.
All right, so this guy here, O'Shea was talking about this one. Give me a second. O'Shea was talking about this one.
See this particular video played here.
Back and forth?
Mm-hmm. You shouldn't have pushed me. You shouldn't have hit me.
Oh, you didn't hit me? You didn't push me?
I never pushed you, never hit you. This is all my stuff destroyed.
You fucking choked me. You fucking choked me.
All my stuff destroyed. You came straight in.
You fucking choked me.
You came straight in and destroyed my property. That's what you did. You came straight in here destroying my property. Right in here destroying and ripping up my property. As soon as I
know I'm muted. I'm going to pause this real quick because I got something set up for my guy right here, man. I just want everybody to make sure you support the team, man, the other fellow content creators that I be rocking with. So real quick, since he is here.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. You think I'm fucking with you?
Man, what is up, Yella, man? How you feeling, bro?
Good, man. All good. What's up with y'all? What's going on there, buddy? Running behind a little late. I had to finish your lawn. So.
He wants to roll the dice, but the house always wins. Absolutely. I was wondering who checked his credentials because I know somebody has 8 kids left. Man, it's crazy out here. What's up, Danny? What's up, man? It's crazy. I'm going to pull it up. So it's not 7 women's fault he went in raw. Everybody has accountability for themselves, Quantum. Everybody has their own measure of accountability. But I'm talking about him today because he went public. And I'm talking about this passport, bro, because he went public. Good day, Danny. Hello, everybody else. Cool, everybody exchanging greetings. But I'm going to pull his passport, bro, because he was getting abused.
As soon as you came home, you came right in, destroying and ripping my property. As soon as you walked in. You destroyed and ripped my property. This is the Most High stuff.
I hate that the video was all wonky and sideways, upside down.
I was going to say we watching from 50 Cent in the club view.
What up, Nova Ray?
So now you're like technically you're trying to go hard on the job because you didn't support her. You didn't give her money.
7 women, man.
Meanwhile, you're just trying to put fornicate, you want to ask me for money. You want to use cash out for what kind of fucking retarded is that stupid?
Call it what you want to call it, but you can't hit people if you're mad.
Talking about cash out.
You come home, as soon as you come home, I'm on a Zoom meeting and you just immediately hit me. You can't do that.
TV is the only way.
That's something you're not allowed to do.
I will respect his decision, but when people say they don't want kids, I respect their decision as well.
Give all your money.
Give all your money.
You don't have no fucking money for the rent.
That's why we don't have money for the rent. So what this fool did, went and married somebody. He passport bro. Went and married a woman from somewhere else. And now he is giving some other woman money. He's tricking off. And this is another video of that very same guy. And this is him, his wife.
Passport boys, we losing.
I found the guy. I'm calling cops.
No, we not. I did some research. You cheated. Okay. I don't know if you cheated, but you were sending money to another woman. Don't tarnish the passport bro's reputation because you want to be stupid. You were sending money to another woman, my guy. I don't know. I'm kind of on her side a little bit.
I just wanted to show those couple of guys. I Digress in the building. Hello. Renee and Jeray and Sebastian over there on I Digress. Make sure you go and check out their content creators. I was checking out their live stream the other day. As I was getting ready for this stream, because I had a very particular mindset when I started setting up this stream, I had a very particular idea. But then as the week progressed, and we've had these conversations since starting last week, we've had these conversations with certain men, member of the male community. And then I saw certain things happening online and certain men defending certain things. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired. The stupid is getting to me. Like, not impacting my real life, but I really don't care to keep thinking about all the stupid that's roaming through these streets. What up, Truth and Purpose Nexus? Tap in. Nap. I love a nap. I'm going to take a nap from like guy male censored content, like the stupid stuff. There's a lot of stupid out here, and I gotta get back to the smart. I gotta get back to some psychology. I gotta get back to something. Because boy, that one yesterday about conflict resolution, I enjoyed that, and I gotta get back to more stuff like that. Because this last week, it's been quite annoying hearing the different arguments that people have been making, what they're defending. Oh my gosh, it's been a nuisance. So today's stream will be a little different than I anticipated. For that, I apologize. But we were going to talk about idiophobia, which is kind of a new made-up word. It just basically means what we've heard before: people that are anti-intellectual, people who don't like learning, people who what do you call that? Kind of like the people who kind of make fun of people who get good grades, people who are doing well. It's a fear or distrust of ideas or reason. You think worse of people who are trying to do better, trying to think, trying to figure things out, who use information. You rather use superstition, stuff like that. Idiophobes. We have a lot of superstition, especially I'll say in the Black community. There's something that we lean on heavily. Is superstition. A lot of it born from our religious backgrounds. What the fuck with that Rick? But if he's 6-figure, he exercises his right to have multiple females. Listen. I don't know about a right to that. That better be a conversation you and she have about who. Obviously, she wasn't down with him taking money out of the house. So she obviously wasn't down with that. 6 figures ain't really enough to be a trash person. Hey, you know what? Before or after taxes, see, that's what's wrong with y'all. We trying to quantify what level you can be a trash person. That's not okay. Just be a decent human being. And adults will deal with a lot of stuff if you speak on it up front. Bree, no, hun. That's what KS told them. You don't remember? Yeah. That's been the talking point. What exercising your options. That's been the talking point. I know a lot of people who are scared of intellectual development. Man, it's a lot out here, man. People make blah, 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 and then they can be a villain. Oh, 100,001 cent. Be a good person always. I hear you, Bree. I hear you. But again, I cannot get the last week out of my head as far as it weighed me down. Not emotionally, but it just it bogged my mind down. I think I am I'm tired of the ignorance and stupidity I've seen out of a lot of men. I there's some people I actually admire or respect in some ways, but a couple of people ask for soft and gentle treatment. In conversations about masculinity and homosexuality, people were asking to be treated soft and gentle. It got me, y'all. It put me to a place. It put me to a place of like near disgust. I mean, people are defending wrong at every turn. The obvious wrong thing, they'll defend that. But then they're literally asking me to be softer. I don't know about you. Anybody that's watched my content, I handle people about as softly, in my mind, as a lot of these black space panels handle people. I do not cuss at people. I don't go at people. I don't challenge them as people. I don't insult them. Typically, I did say AR had the stupid ideas. And I got annoyed and called him stupid. That's on me. But other than that, I couldn't get any softer than that. Yeah, I see the big picture so clearly. You ain't lying. What is up? What the fuck, man? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. So that's where I'm at. I'm kind of worn down on the stupid. So we may talk about it loosely. We're going to talk about a few ideas very loosely, just conversationally, and y'all can talk about it in the chat. Men are going down a path that I cannot see women following. Women want a certain type of man. Women in general want certain types of men. That's a better way to say it. Women want certain types of men. There are certain ways a man can show up in the world that women are attracted to. Not all of it is hyper masculine. Some of it is more assertive, but peaceful, peaceable, calm, but holds his own. There's lots of different ways a man can show up, but one of them I know. Very few women respect or expect is a man that doesn't think and needs to be pampered and coddled. If I need to treat you as soft as I would a kindergartner, emotionally, in a conversation where nobody's yelling or calling names, I cannot imagine that a woman will respect that. I don't know what men are thinking women are going to tolerate these days. Because I can't tolerate them. And I'm not looking for them sexually or romantically. And it's getting on my nerves. So, I mean, I'm just annoyed, y'all. I apologize because you're not going to get the content I anticipated giving y'all, but you're going to get some annoyance. You're going to get some annoyance. It's like Padme when Anakin was like going dark. You're going down a path that I can't follow. And I'm not even talking about at the top, like the Fresh and Fits at the top of the manosphere level, because they're idiots too. But right down here with the people that got 2s and few subscribers, right down here with me, man, we got some dummies down here. And I just can't imagine. And I really don't know what we can do. So, to the title, I want to ask you. I want to ask a question to the chat. I want to ask a question to everybody in the chat right now, right? And I want to ask a question to you too, Yellow. Great point. I understand women's point of view more seeing how men speak to each other. Man. All right. I'm going to ask y'all a question because it kind of hurt when I asked myself this question. It hurt me yesterday. Like, it literally hurt my heart when I thought of this question. And I was like, man, it bothers me as a man. Like right now in the moment. I need everybody to tell me, can you name, I mean, you don't have to give me his name. Maybe a title like father, uncle, brother, best friend, boss at work. Name me a man and woman in the chat, and Yellow, you too. Name me a couple of men or title them that you would follow into a war right now. A battle for life. Like we picking up guns, swords, knives, whatever we got. A man that you would follow into war right now if he said, let's go. No questions asked. Does anybody have a man in their life or multiple men? Count them up. Just give me a number in the chat. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many men right now today, men in your life, would you follow into war if they said we have to fight for our life right now today? There's a threat and we have to oppose it right now. There's nothing. There's no other questions. We got to go. How many do y'all have? No one? Just Dad?
I got a few.
Reason Neil got 3. Okay. Mr. He said
Yeah,
got 1.
And I must be different then because I'm at like I'm counting. I'm like at 5 or 6.
You're about 5 or 6. That's cool. Okay. Because here's the second part of that question. How many men do you know?
I know a lot.
Why?
I know
is
a
there
lot.
Such a disparity? Mr. He said.
Is it knowing a lot or?
But that's my point. Out of all the men we know, all the men that show up in the world, all the men that are in our lives, why do we have so few that we can rely upon for anything serious?
I mean, I see what you're saying. I ain't see what you're saying. The only pushback I would get to that is because you shouldn't be looking to depend on a whole bunch of people anyway. You should, that circle shouldn't be that big either. Just saying. I don't feel like that circle of people that you would have to go to war with like that should be that big.
Don't have a lot of friends, but I know a lot of men. I get you. And so you don't even have to be a friend to everybody that you can know and trust and will go to war with. Like you might have a football coach. He might not be a friend, but he's somebody like I know his character. And I would stand with him if there was a situation. But see, I bring that up because we were held to task for not wanting to build a community. Well, in a community with their hundreds or thousands of people, you need to have multiple people that you can count on and trust that can stand together. So then when I thought about it, when we're being held to community standards, and that is the nature of people. That's the problem. Our communities are disjointed now. And our little groups and pods, they have even fewer and fewer people, and the standard keeps getting lower and lower for the people that we associate with. The disparity exists for me because I don't trust most people's judgment of war, including men. But
I know this is come on, man.
Right.
But I would almost bet that answer for women would be skewed because there's probably no man that they would actually go to war for.
Right. And that's cool.
Right. Unless it's somebody they've already made that commitment to. So outside of maybe dad or husband or brother, it wouldn't have the same kind of dynamic as men to men. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I get your point. This ain't the shoot down.
Yeah. I get you. But here's the thing: like everybody likes to harken back. Everybody talks about how things used to be. Everybody talks about how things used to be. Used to be. Villages, communities, people had to be ready to go to war in a moment's notice. Even in America, if everybody talks about those black cities, when they were under racial violence, people had to grab whatever arms they had and get ready to defend themselves and fight, to live, to escape. Like that was just a reality. So if we're ever under threat, we don't even have people that we trust enough to stand beside. That game held a lot of men-father issue. That's what's up. Men and women match, absolutely. So my thing is, on the highest level, everybody keeps wanting to hold like, come up to us, man. It's community. Y'all got to be better than that. Okay, cool. Why can't anybody trust us as men to do anything real? Because I want to step it down. Let's step it down. Not even war. How many men, everybody? We're gonna step it down. Not war, not a battle for your life. Not men and women in the chat. If you do not have a child, imagine that you have one, or think of a niece or a nephew. How many men do you know that you would feel 100% safe leaving your kids with?
Number would probably be the same that they go to war with.
Probably a small fraction of all the people we associate with, all the people we around. Probably a really small fraction. And then because we're so guarded about our kids, it might even be less than the ones we'll go to war with.
That's true, too.
Yet, ironically, we can all go to war for Joe Biden. Yay! Hello, OG Patrice. But then even that, because I know the answer to that, we're very protective of our kids. 3. Small numbers. We'll know 300 dudes to varying capacities. Trust very few, if any. Trust very few, if any. Leaving kids, same number. It's going to be a small number. It's going to be less than a handful. And it's probably going to be the same number for my next question, even stepping it down. Even though it's a gradation down, life and death, just the safety of your children. And in this next one, how many people, how many men would you loan $1,500 to if you needed that $1,500 back within 30 days? That's your rent or your mortgage for next month, but somebody's like, I really need this. I'll get it back to you at the beginning of the next month. How many men would you trust with that?
Like, let me mute because I'm not helping right now. I was just gonna say, because like that's the thing. I was the same 6, 7, the same 6, 7 of my partners fall into that category. So it's gonna be a small number. Like I wish it was small like everybody else, but I don't know. That is what it is. But yeah, it is. I feel where you're coming from though. Like I ain't trying to
okay.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. I mean, because if your experience is different, that's cool. That's contextualization. I'm with that. That's cool that you have more men. Somehow you've cultivated healthier relationships with men than a lot of us have.
Right.
Actually, 4. That's what's up. A couple women, but no guys I can think of. Okay, and I'm glad you actually said that because I didn't even include this. All of those questions, all of those same questions, let's flip it over to women. Now, Yella, again, you're going to be the variance. Again, one more time. If women, there are so many women that if they said we got to go to war, in my life, I'll say, like for mama, there's so many people that we would step up for. I can't stand Yella. So many people we would step up for. So many women we would feel comfortable leaving our kids with. And so many very conscientious women that we know we could loan that money to, and they would break themselves to get it back to us. So my problem was when I thought about that question, I'm like, why is the reputation and the standard for men been so low to the point that the last week was even resonating with me the way it was? Like that people were asking us to be softer, to lower the bar for them. Lower the bar for me. Bring the bar down. Because that's what they were basically saying. Even less for all of the above. Hey, that's cool. We're all going to have different experiences. But I know the general tendency towards trusting people is going to, we're going to trust women more. Women, only handful I'm going to war with. Only handful I trust with my daughter. Okay. Pleading for that softness. And I get being kind. You know, shout out to I Digress. They've been talking about, they had a episode last couple weeks back where they talked about nice versus kind. And it came up again yesterday. I get being kind to each other as human beings. Mutual respect. But I did that. I did the mutual respect. I did reasonable. I did listening. I did answering questions that I didn't have to answer. I did that. I don't understand how much softer you can be to grown adult men. Maybe because men have it, hell's rock bottom and can't see a way out. I don't understand it. And it's really strange to hold me to a standard we're not holding other men to. So it's the whole thing just put me in a space of wondering where men are as a group. I know everybody is an individual person, but as a group, what's our credit score? You know, what's our character score? What's our FICO? And I don't mean like to buy stuff. I mean for people to actually sit down and build with us.
I mean, it ain't high. It definitely not high. You know what I'm saying? If we looking at the collective, and you know what I'm saying, I gracefully put myself in there. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So when people view men, they already looking at us halfway, like, you know what I'm saying, looking at us sideways. But to have these To have these situations where people, I'm looking at it like this, because to me, it's just passive aggression. You know what I'm saying? To sit up here and talk all that shit from the chat, to talk all this shit from wherever your seat is, but then when the heat is on you, you want to ask for grace while still taking your stance. So the unfortunate part is that we've just encountered bitch ass niggas who don't know how to handle themselves at this point. And the unfortunate part is that makes up a lot of the motherfuckers who running their mouth. Because see, the men objecting to a lot of the shit that we got, that we see, are literally just objecting to it. They just objecting. They ain't doing shit about it. They ain't really doing shit. They just sit in their chairs and objecting. They don't understand that as a man, when you start applying aggression to some shit, you receive it back. And it don't have to be screaming and yelling, but your tone, the way you talk to somebody, all that other shit, you get it back. So don't expect no fairness. Don't expect no soft shit. Not when you being aggressive. Not when you trying to poke your chest out and be masculine and come check somebody, or you know what I'm saying? Why you call me stupid? And then when I tell your ass why you stupid, now you want to get mad. Because you didn't like the details of how your stupid report read. Or you coming up and trying to sun the motherfucking panel and shit and tell us how we could have approached it differently. Man, get your ass out of here. Because then you want the soft hand on how we respond to you. It don't work like that.
Then even your boy Simple Simon, man, came through with the little ats and doing mentions while I'm live. Just a little weird. It was a little weird passive aggressive behavior that the last week that kind of got to me. Little passive aggressive stuff, just little subtle stuff. And I know if that's how they're coming to me as a man, that they want nothing from and can get nothing from. I know what y'all women are dealing with. I know what y'all, it's got to be 5 to 10 times worse. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense to walk around like this. It don't even make sense. Come out all guns blazing. Kid met with the same. So I feel in a weird way that credit score, our image has been destroyed. But I don't like the way we're helping it. I don't like the way we're living down to the image. That part is getting to me. Because people can think we're simple. People can think we're stupid. People can think we're lazy. People can think all kinds of things, but you don't have to show up the way people expect you to. You can live in opposition to the characterizations. You can live in opposition to the stereotypes. You could choose to be better. I have given up the idea of change we're looking for. Coming in, some great renaissance. Yes, or something in large numbers. I'm just looking for who is trying to go in the direction I'm trying to go. Absolutely. That's where I had to get to. But people will still bring it to you like, well, you should do it like the Christian way, or you should do it the Black Power way. You should be some part of some great movement or community, and you should move the way we move. But when people critique you, you don't move that way. You don't move the way you're trying to get other people to move. That's what really gets me. The hypocrisy, the built-in hypocrisy that everybody shows up with when they're trying to critique you. And it's, what is that? Oh, man, somebody gave it to me last time. It's not Chicken Little. But nobody wants to help you bake the bread. Nobody wants to help you knead the dough. Nobody wants to help you work the oven. But everybody wants to help you eat. Everybody wants to, tell you that you didn't set the table properly. Everybody wants to get on you on that part. That annoyed me this week. But to the point of the conversation, to the point of the title of the show, because it was about idiophobes, idiophobia. People that resist reason and information, or people that fear or distrust of ideas or reason. Because we were presenting ideas and reason, logic, rationale. We were applying that to different situations, and every time we did that, we got pushback. And pushback and challenge is fine. But nobody actually considered the ideas that we proposed. They were almost fearful of the ideas, like the ideas would have caused a problem to them personally. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. No, I'm sorry. I don't want all my people to go. I decided long ago I don't want all. Yes, you can't take everybody. I shouldn't go. It's about the bottom line for me. That's what's up. Don't want to sit in the penthouse without laying the cornerstone. Got no backbone. Right. You should do it the Christian way or the NOI way. Nothing is working in law. Yeah, we're not. Everybody's not going to be able to come. Everybody's not going to be able to do everything. And the biggest thing, everybody's not in the same place at the same time. Everybody's not ready for what we are when we're ready for it. I don't want to try to force anybody to fit into anything that I'm doing. I don't want to make you be like me. Even though I'm not a Christian, I really do believe in a lot of the tenets of Christianity. Whoever has an ear to hear, let them hear. If my voice is for you and it resonates and it sticks, cool. We can work together. You can challenge me and I can challenge you and we can grow together. I'm with that. That's my style. But if the moment you're challenged, you check out, if the moment you have a pushback, you ask me to pander, I can't. I can't do it, y'all. Can't be me, nor do I want to be you. Absolutely. We have to bring our own self to whatever we're doing, right? So then you just dismiss yourself. No need to focus someone to change. You can't force them to change, and nobody can force me to change. But I'm not sure exactly why we try so hard to change people into our image. I know that's that hubris. I know that's that ego. I know that's where it comes from. But again, it just irked me this week. So again, this is just me speaking from my annoyance. I don't expect it to continue because I don't expect to continue to have to deal with the people that annoy me. But to the point of the conversation, Yellow, whenever you get back, because I know you said you were going to be on the phone. And the last step down. The last step down in the man question. The last step down in the man question. Hopefully this will, for some of you, it'll raise the number. Some of you might lower. How many men do you know? Because I've talked about literacy and I've talked about numeracy. How many men do you think can help your children with their math or reading homework? I stepped it down to loan and $1,500, but let's take it down to like every day. How many men in your life, if you had young children, K through 12, how many men do you think would be able, not available, maybe their work schedule, not literally, how many people do you think would have the capacity to help the children with their reading and their writing? K through 12. Would they be proficient enough to handle some 10th grade English? 11th grade science? Would they be able to help your children with homework? The basics. The daily. Do we know men that can handle that? 3, okay, 3, at least 4 up top there. Yeah, and that's it. Some it would go up, some it would shoot up. I know some it would go down. Just me. And that's the weird way. That's the weird way we work as humans, as people. On YouTube. 4, 5. That's what's up. But the only thing I get from that, what it taught me, because we were asked about community. Who is our community? Who is our community? And in our communities, because in our neighborhoods is one thing. A lot of us don't know the people in our neighborhoods. Who are the people in your neighborhood? Most of us don't know the people around us. I live in an apartment building. I know 2 neighbors. I don't see one. And the other guy I'm giving a ride to like once a week to go to the store because he needs help. His father died and he needs help. But in our communities, which means the people that are connected to us, we have low numbers of men available, low numbers of men available of competence, low numbers of men available of means, low numbers of men available of character. There are low numbers in general. And that's a problem. That means no community. What we probably have are small, close families. We have kind of extended families. We don't have enough to say it's a community. 5 to 10. But it better not be Kim. I didn't think about Kim. And even if it's not chemistry, I mean, just imagine with some of the conversations, I mean, with some of my friends in real life, I ain't gonna lie. I love my people in real life. But some of the people I've spent time with in real life, if somebody set down a ninth grade book of any of the schools, any of the core curriculum, I'm not sure they'd be able to help a ninth grader. I wouldn't be confident. I wouldn't be 100% confident. And I'd like to think if you set me or anybody, I say I spend time around, I'd like to think we could just handle anything in high school, but I know we can't. If you said who aren't family members, it would probably drop too. Yeah. So when I thought about the question about community, I was like, man. So all the community talk, all the building talk, which is, it stands to reason why I see so many women talking about building, why I see so many women talking about community. When I do go to church for my mother, I see so many women in church, and I hear all the stories about women in church and so few men, but the men are in the headship. The men are the pastor, the men are the bishop, the men are the deacons and the trustees, but there's so many more women in the congregation. Women are out there, even OG Patrice, who just passed through. She might be back over on Brother Clarence's now, but she talked about when we go to those meetings, those town hall meetings, the neighborhood meetings, when the police are doing stuff to black men, it's all women out there. Not all 100%, but I mean, the predominant number and demographic is women. Women are building. My homie's not smarter than a 5th grader, but they hustlers though. Hey, that means they're proficient in at least one area. They'll get the money. But man, I know I'm talking about myself too, but we need to piece those things together. We need to piece those things together. We need the competence, and we need the character, and we need the cash. Like, we need all three. Because all the people holding us to account about community, all the men who will say, man, we got to be better than this. There has to be a better number when we ask these type of questions. Women, men, how many men can you count on for this, this, and that? We got to do better than this many. We got to do better than, this many. We got to be able to exceed 2 hands. That's necessary for the kind of things that people say we need to do. And all of the conversations I'm hearing, and I'm not here to please other people's conversations, but if we're going to be held to a standard, or if we're going to continue to believe that there's some great work that needs to be done, well, then we have to do the math on that. How many men and women will be required for the tasks that need to be undertaken? Like OG, but you said, no meetings. There needs to be more representation. At parent-teacher conferences, I was going to parent-teacher conferences for my nephew. You know how many other guys were there? We need men. We need men to show up. Like Mandrell just showed up. We need men to pop up. Here, present, ready. Ready-eyed. Hello, Mandrell. How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing all right.
People in general don't speak anymore, though. NYC is ice cold with communication. The most people do is hi. I live around a lot of Muslims. They dismiss me because I'm not. We are so divided. Man, we are divided. If you don't agree with doctrine, it's very hard to build with people nowadays, especially as a homeschooler. Yes. Math? Men don't be there.
That's true.
Start with having similar values. And that's a great question. And hello, Evie. Hello. Forgive me for not greeting you. That's a great question. Why aren't they in these spaces?
Because they're conversations that we don't want to be a part of. I don't want to be a part of them. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm bored. No one's learning anything. And I taught a good lesson last night. I brought the Bible into it last night and everything. Read scripture. You know what I'm saying? even read scripture last night. So people don't want to learn. People don't want to do better. People don't want to be better. That's the part of my ire. People don't want to be better. You can lead a horse to water all day long, but you can't make them drink. You know, and the first thing they do, where the men at? Hey, I told them. That's all we can do. Hey, I told them. But then you got, but so it's like, okay, ladies, y'all got to be way more selective about who you sleep with.
It was just when I thought about it, man. It was so because I intended to go away, and you kind of brought it right back to that. Idiophobia, the fear or distrust of ideas or of reason. Like you said, you're giving people ideas and reason, bringing documentation, bringing literature, bringing the Bible, and people still refuse it. They refuse it. You can't make them drink.
You can't make them drink, man.
But there'll also be the same people that will tell you that they're logical. Men are logical.
You're so not. You're so not. You're not logical.
Men are logical. Women are emotional.
No, you're emotional. They're emotional too. Just as emotional, if not more emotional than a lot of women.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's incredible to watch, man. These guys, a lot of these guys don't even realize that that's the way they're behaving. They don't know. But then when you try to tell them, no, I'm not. Okay. Like, it reminds me of that Friday show when Conscious and Reckless Logic came on to the barbershop talk, right? And one guy says, I think that this whole LGBTQ movement, that like homosexuality is a product of sexual molestation when you're children.
Yeah, they stay on.
And then Conscious is like, yeah, but how do you account for the fact that I have never been sexually molested, not once in my life in any shape, form, or fashion? I still turn out gay. He says, I don't believe that.
Yep.
Wait, hold up. What do you mean you don't believe? I'm sitting there like, look, wait, what? Like, if you go back and watch that show, just watch my face when people say stupid shit. Like, you will see me just do this, like.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
And I'm on the panel. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just want to hide my face. I'm like, I can't believe I'm up here with these guys, man. But that was crazy. That was, to me, that was the wildest one.
Yeah, of course.
Like, especially when people they was like, you still need a man and a woman to make a baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we don't have to have sex with them to make a baby. We can just, with modern technology, we can make a baby. No, but you still need the man and the woman. Yeah, but with modern technology, we ain't got to go through all of that. We can just have the baby. But you still need a man. It was like, don't these guys on the panel realize that they're past that part? We're beyond that now. We know that you need the egg from a woman and the seed from the man, and we perform what's called artificial insemination, and you implant that into the uterus of a woman. That's a surrogate. They can have children. They can't have, a man and a man can't have children. Well, no, not naturally, dipshit. I'm in my mind as I'm thinking. Well, no, not naturally, dipshit. Well, like, how dumb can you be? Like, you're not picking this up? I'm just like, how are they not picking up on this? How are they not keeping up with the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing to me. It's like they got a second grade education or something when it comes to human anatomy and physiology. I think they teach you this in like 7th grade. They start with sex ed, right? Or 8th grade or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it was 5th for me. But even though it wasn't that in depth. But even my issue, only thing with that Friday panel, especially, was the fact that if somebody's telling you their experience, why wouldn't you listen to their experience for their own perspective? Like, you don't have to take it as your experience. If Mandro says, well, I went through this. Okay. That's information I did not have. It can broaden my perspective. I didn't experience what you did going to war. It's going to teach me something. I can learn from it. There are things I just will not know. And for you to say, well, this is what happened when I was in the army, or, you know, whatever branch of the military you were in, I shouldn't say, well, no, I don't believe that. That's silly. And to do that repetitively, To be honest, a lot of guys on that panel were giving that came up a lot. That came up a lot. Now, I know I used to say that same thing, and I'm trying not to go there with it. I don't want to automatically assign that fear to some kind of latent desire. I don't want to keep doing that. That to me, that it's a cheap shot, but I don't want to assign that on them. That feels. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna go into all that, but I don't like doing it myself. I'm not telling you to stop. You can say what you want, but I want to answer this question. I don't know, man. Look at the church, for example. Is the church today a place that a man wants to be in? If not, why not? I'll tell you for the church in specific. I'm gonna tell you a pro and a con. That there are so many women there, I would think men would want to be there. Like, that's why they have the ladies' nights. They try to get the ladies in the club, and the men will come and spend a lot of money because there's some ladies in there. But that's not the way it works. Men don't want to be in the church. I think men right now, if I were to say, are rejecting church structure and are rejecting church priorities. I would also say they're rejecting societal structure and societal priorities, because right now those structures and priorities are skewing feminine. And I don't think men feel welcome in those spaces or prioritized. But the second part of that is I question the need for men to feel prioritized all the time, because that takes me back to that thing I said earlier about wanting to be handled softly. That might be some old patriarchal model running in my mind. I don't know, but I don't want the world where men can't be assertive and direct with each other. I don't want that world. I don't want the outcomes. And I know I'm skipping. Let me go back to the question. There are real valid reasons why men are checking out of some of the spaces they're checking out in. But I also think some of those reasons are a lack of fortitude or a lack of investment. Because if men were investing the way women were investing, they would be seen as a higher priority. But everybody keeps saying, we know that women spend more, consumer, how much money they're pumping into the economy more than men, blah, blah, blah. If we're going to keep saying that women are doing more, investing more, we can't be mad when people want to cater to where the money's coming from. Like that, to me, that's like a fallacy. So I think men need to, even with the families, even with the community, you can't ask to, and that comes back to the coddling. You can't ask to get more out of a space that you haven't poured into. I keep coming back to that with men. Men keep wanting something from places they're not pouring into. They want withdrawals, but they don't want deposits. All withdrawals, no deposits. That's insufficient. We are showing up insufficient. And this week it irked me. Welcome back, Yella. I saw the good Lord. I saw the good Lord, Most High.
Yeah, I'll pop back in for a second. We'll probably have to drop off in a little bit, but I'm here for a minute.
Yeah, man, we just rock out for a minute. It ain't got to be a long stream, man. Because like I said, I went off and lost my train of thought this week and couldn't actually tie down the concept like I wanted to.
I mean, I see what you essentially though. I think I definitely hear where you're coming from in the sense of I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to create the. Yeah, I seen that. I don't know if y'all know who that is.
Craig Country McLean. Y'all need to get your life together and find yourself a woman because y'all tired. I am tired. And see a therapist. Now let me tell you, I signed up for therapy. And 4 weeks running. What's today? No, today's Thursday. That's 5 weeks running. She has not shown up.
Gotcha. How about you take some English lessons? Learn how to write, or at least some lessons on syntax and syntax or something like that. There's not one punctuation in that.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this from now on. Rashawn,
y'all ain't talking about, y'all aren't.
May you what?
May I?
Y'all ain't a word.
I'm gonna ask before I start flipping tables, man.
Mm-hmm.
For that person, I don't even know who that was. They go ahead. Say, do
all
what
right.
You gotta do.
Eat a dick, Craig. How about that? You miserable, lonely son of a bitch. Why do you think we sitting up here talking about men gonna get smoke if they come in being aggressive? Nigga, didn't you just hear me mention passive aggression? If you don't get your half lonely motherfucking got a double backspace typing on the motherfucking flip phone ass the fuck out of here. Half brained ass Negro. I can't stand, boy. Shit throwing monkeys is everywhere out here. I'm with Rico. They exist, but from now on, I'm gonna clear it though. Before I start flipping tables, oh, ignorant ass, glue sniffing ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I already know. I already know with somebody that came in under a pseudonym. I'm almost certain of it. But anyway, I think the ship of what people should do has sailed, whether we like it or not. Maybe we should try a combo. Absolutely. And that's typically where I try to go. I talk about incentive shaped behavior and social engineering quite a bit. That is what I believe most people. Channel set the standard and the decorum is like quicksand. Number is still 4. We don't even know who that is. Yeah, no idea who that is, but that goes back to that thing, man. People who don't make deposits wanting to make withdrawals. As I said, it's happening. Like people who haven't contributed to any conversation, haven't had any back and forth with us, don't know us probably from a hill of beans. If this is a complete stranger, because one of two things is happening. This is a complete stranger that doesn't know us and doesn't know what our normal conversation is like and doesn't know what we like to talk about, what our true perspective is, and decided to tell us to get our life together. We need a woman, a lot of judgments based on what they think we need. Basically, don't even know. Like I said, I've tried to get a therapist. They would have known that had they made deposits in the space, deposits of time. They would have known that because I've talked about it multiple times. So either that's somebody making withdrawals where there's been no deposit, or it's somebody who has made deposits, but it's so cowardly. The passive aggression, like I talked about, they couldn't even come in under their real name, which is what the soft hand that people are looking for. I don't want to have any blowback. I want to criticize you, but I don't want any judgment for myself. I want to remove myself from that part of the dynamic. I want to be able to point at you without you seeing who I am. One of those two.
Yeah, they trying to make a deposit. I mean, they trying to make a withdrawal, and I'm gonna deposit my foot off in their ass, bitch ass niggas. I know it's one of them niggas under some. I know it's one of them niggas under some pseudonym ass name. Awesome.
And I started with trolling. So I don't even mind trolling. I don't even mind them saying that. That doesn't bother me. I just like that. That's the behavior that I'm talking about, though. On either side, those are the two things that were irritating me this week. The passive aggressive need to protect themselves while coming for you. I'm gonna protect myself and shield myself, but I'm going to attack your position. That bothers me. Or the second, like, I don't know you, but I'm gonna tell you all about how you need to live your life. Those are the two exact things that exemplified what's been irking my soul this week. And that was it in one message. It was either one of those two. And that's very pervasive. And y'all just mad at my troll account I didn't know existed. You know what? What's up, Alonzo Hall, the all-star advisor with the wonderful acronym WIPE ASS, which is work in progress every day and see success, man. I love that. So, man, go out there, man. Make sure you check out Alonzo Hall, the all-star advisor. Has a lot of good information, financial information on his channel. Breaks down different types of insurances, talks about different ways to save, even with utilizing your car insurance as a point of leverage. Because I did not know that because again, I don't ask questions, and I'm not the biggest negotiator. I did not know that if you brought up your degree, which I don't have, it wouldn't have helped me, but I didn't know this piece of knowledge. That having a degree, if you talk to your insurance agent, you can actually get a deeper discount with your car insurance. I had no clue. I mean, I didn't have a degree, so I didn't need to know that, but it would have been nice to know. It might have been an incentive in finishing school. It might have been.
Shows a little responsibilities.
Yeah.
Shows you got a little responsibility about yourself. That's why I changed with age. Which I realized there's some bullshit too, because if they realized how less responsible people get as they get older.
Alonzo said investing into critical drinking now is like buying Dogecoin in 2017. I'm gonna tell you, I really like the way Alonzo presents the information. It's very digestible. It's so digestible, man. I promise you. I've heard a lot of financial people talk, but when Alonzo is talking, it's very clear. It's very concise. He does not add a lot to it, and he doesn't try to sell you on a bunch of BS. If you want to look out for a service, but I promise you, he gives a lot of great, concise information, not a lot of fluff. So, man, if you ever been looking for financial information, you want it digestible and concise, man, please check out Alonzo, because I'm like, man, I'm enjoying listening to his conversation and his content. But back to the topic at hand, not country Wayne over there. I wanted to talk about a few concepts, because we talked about the men and how we've shown up kind of deficient. We're showing up deficient in the world. One of the things, though, like Mandrill brought to the conversation today, anti-intellectualism, the inability to want to learn, to grow your thoughts, to expand your thoughts, to expand your knowledge, and it's almost like a rejection of intellectualism, a rejection of knowledge acquisition, a rejection of wisdom. We want to embrace a lot of ignorant positions. Why? There's a lot of culprits. This is a wide conversation, that has multi-variables. So I'm not looking for anything specific, but just for conversation's sake, gentlemen, what are some of you think are some of the biggest reasons right now that we are landing in that spot? Because me, myself, I can't lean. I have to divorce myself from always taking everything back to slavery. I know some people like to, and I'm not one of those people to say, "Oh, victim." I just know I need to work in this day right now. So in the day right now, today, what are some of the factors? And some of it may be society and culture from white supremacy, slavery, cool. But what are some of the factors that are creating a culture where we fight intellectualism and thought and knowledge?
Mind if I go first, Yellow?
Go ahead.
I think the vast majority of it is the reason why it's allowed to go on is because people want to feel good. They want to feel valid. They want to feel that they're right, even when they're wrong. This is allowed to go on because people who are like that, which is the vast majority of people, period, they're easier to control as long as you give them something that makes them feel good. You know, like I think it was President LBJ who said, if you tell a rich man, if you tell a poor white man that his situation is not his fault, he'll let you put your hands in his pocket and take his money. But if you give him somebody to blame for it, he'll turn his pockets out for you. I mean, again, never changed the circumstances, but they felt good. They felt like it wasn't their fault, and they felt like it was someone else's fault. And they thanked the person who was robbing them for doing this, when the person who was robbing them had the power to change their situation. This came from the President of the United States. While he was in office, he said this. And it's absolutely true. You know, it's all about people want to feel good, and people want to feel validated, heard, and important, even when they're not, and even when they're wrong. That's why they fight intellectualism. They fight reason. They fight logic, because it's all about them. It's a very selfish ideology, and it's very individualistic. You know, and if you and Yella don't think the same way I do, you're wrong. You're losers. You're always going to be broke and poor. Okay, I'm always going to be better than you. Even if if y'all make more money than me, I'm still better than you. You know, even if you're in better shape and you look better than me, I'm still better than you, because I'm right and you're wrong. And if you said something to hurt my feelings, so I don't think you should be allowed to say those things. So I'm going to make as much noise as I possibly can to get to pressure government officials to silence you, and that'll teach you a lesson. Even though it actually does nothing, because if they can silence the two of you, It's only a matter of time before that snowball that you're rolling downhill gets big enough to roll down and hit me. Because I am beneath you by behaving this way. I am. You know, you guys are higher up the mountain than I am. You guys are taking the high road. But me bitching, complaining because I don't like what you said and want to get you silenced for it. Nah, that makes me weak. Instead of just respecting your point of view and perspective and actually taking that information you give me in and fact checking it and being open-minded and willing to change my perspective if I discover new information. And that's why intellectual thought is fought largely today. It's allowed to go on by government because those kind of people are easier to control.
I think it was another president that said something similar too. But I'm gonna look up the quote while Yellows are jumping in. Oh man, it was something about we don't want a nation of thinkers. We need a nation of workers. But I'm gonna look that up while Yellows talk.
Because I was thinking about it, and I understand what Mandrell's coming in. I see it as like these dudes is willing to take in new information as long as it confirms an existing belief. You feel what I'm saying? So it's as long as it's something that's confirming a stance that they already believe, or just making them reassuring them on something that they already thought. And that's why they can't grow outside. They can become very knowledgeable about the one particular thing that they keep drilling into. That's why it's like the Bible and all that. They can quote and say all this other shit, but have no idea about nothing else.
He just disappeared real quick. Mandrell, you're wrong. You're not supposed to respect information. What you say goes. Now tell everybody to join my masterclass for $99.99 today only. Special.
No, I can't do that because you know I can't do that, Alonzo. I ain't telling nobody shit. You know why, Alonzo? You ain't subscribed to the Patreon. That's why I ain't telling nobody shit. You know, Alonzo ain't see Yellow. See how Sean? Alonzo here ain't even subscribed to the Patreon. You want me to
ain't even in the Patreon.
Shout out his stuff. You ain't even subscribed to the Patreon.
Yeah, definitely. And
so I'm definitely not gonna sign up for your masterclass, man, because you ain't signed up you ain't subscribed to the Patreon.
Absolutely.
Let's sign up for the Patreon. So yeah. So sign up for the Patreon so you can get all of the game. Okay?
Gotta get the game, man.
Gotta get the game. Teach you all this game that you can Google. One Google search, like literally everything in that Patreon. One Google search. I was like, okay, I know this. I know this. I know that. I know that. Where the game at?
Ain't no Patreon. We playing.
It's all surface level. It was all. I didn't even know about the Patreon. We're kidding. We're kidding.
Yes.
But what a game, man. This is all surface level stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yellow. I was like, anyone who wants to get into this is gonna Google it and see all this. I'm like, where's this game at?
Which is why I look crazy. Which is why I look crazy at the people who, which is okay. It's to the thing that I just said, right? They feel as if they're taking in new information, but it's just affirming the shit that if you actually paid attention to the world, you would have seen already playing out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We got men like Kanye. Mandrell, calm down. We got men like Kanye who say shit, right? And if it was one thing, if he was just a doofus off by himself, right? Mm-hmm. But then you got the hordes of doofuses behind him acting like what he's saying is new information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really, and if you paid attention to anything, nothing he said was new. If you grown enough and know enough, nothing he said was new. That's why I don't know why. And you got men who are leaders. You got men who are like in position to tell other people, saying like, "Yeah, Brother Kanye was right because the Jewish people control this and they do this and they." Oh,
simpletons! I found that quote, by the way. Found it. I was right. It was by Lyndon LBJ. Sorry, Yella. If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pockets. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, he'll empty his pockets out for you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is This is the quote, but I first heard this quote when I was in high school. It was on audio tape. Because they record everything in the Oval Office. He said this, and they had the audio for it. Yeah, he actually said that. Hell, give him somebody to look down on. He'll empty his pockets for you.
And that's the same thing with Rockefeller. Was it John David Rockefeller? Who obviously his finance shaped a lot of things over the years. When asked why he was the biggest financier of American education, Rockefeller said, "I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers." He wanted to shape education towards producing robotic factory workers rather than intellectuals. And they've been fairly successful at that. And I believe society's been
not fairly. It was a huge success.
You got to drop. Hey, go ahead. Yellow. I know you said you got to dip up out, man. Go ahead and drop off last words.
Man, I mean everything I said. Peace.
Can't stand people. All right. As long as they have somebody to think, that's a big thing too. That's a big thing too.
Yeah,
smashing success.
Yeah, it is a success. And Rockefeller, you know why the feminist movement was allowed to persist? A lot of people think it was allowed to persist to go on to quell down the civil rights movement. That was just a happy accident. Happy accident. A lot of people think it was allowed to go on to break up the black family. It wasn't. That was just another happy accident. Reason why it was allowed to go on: taxes. If you can get women out of the house and at a job, they have to pay taxes. And the more people on a job paying taxes, is more money coming into the government.
Oh yeah, Uncle Sam, boy.
That's why it was allowed to go on. Now the rest of the stuff that happened, they're just like, yeah, this happened too. This is going on. What the hell? Okay, and that's what the Moynihan report came in at. They were so confused as to why the black families was breaking up, what was going on there. They actually spent time and money to investigate that. And so that's what the Moynihan report was. It was the results and the findings of what happened to the black families. And they did nothing to fix it. They're getting more tax dollars in.
Mm-hmm. What I found funny when Kevin Samuels brought that Moynihan report to the forefront, and I looked at some of the stuff in it, I found it funny that the peril, that frightening statistics that the black families were facing at that time are where white families ended up. So I know we're worse now than we were then, but if it was terrible, it was so terrible that they had a study and it was like, what are we going to do for us? And then white people ended up there. What I wish people understood as far as the black-white dynamic, we're just going to get to the lowest end of the spectrum first.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no incentive in my mind. This is the way I think. There's no incentive to actually do any changing of black outcomes because we serve as an early indicator of what the culture is producing. So why would we change the thermometer? Why would we not have a thermometer to know where the temperature is going? I myself, if I were in power, if I had somebody that I could look at to know where I was headed, I would probably lead them there. So I could always know what the future looked like.
Strategically, it's a sound strategy, and it works.
Yeah.
We see the results of it.
Now the issue is we see also that they're not, people at the top are not as smart as they think or we think they are, because their solution for how late it came in the game. Everybody was talking about how the population demographic shift in the United States will be changing.
Mm-hmm.
We are the signal then. Marcus thought, yeah, we're the signal. And fixing us would leave them kind of blind. If everybody were in the same place, they would not only be blind, but they'd also be equal competition. So, I mean, it wouldn't be practical to ask the people who put you in a situation to fix it for those reasons alone. But, man, I forgot my train of thought. But anyway, I'll move on because I lost that train of thought. That train jumped the tracks like East Palestine, Ohio. But, man, Drill, before we move on real quick, I wanted to ask one more because this is another thing that was bothering me this week. The pseudo-Christianity, the pseudo-spirituality. the pseudo spirituality, equal competition. Yeah, I'm gonna just move on because I'm like, man, it's just I am right now, just personally within myself, I'm not clear I'm not mentally clear. I know I'm annoyed by some things, so my energy is a little different, and I don't want to go too far into certain types of talk because I know I think differently, so I don't try to put everything on people because some of the stuff is just like almost conspiratorial level because sometimes people don't think along those lines, but I don't want to go too deep into that. But another thing that popped up, was the Christian judgment, the sin, the wages of sin are death for all of us that disagree. There was a lot of Christian talk that came to us from men over the last week and how we were giving cover, I guess, for sinful lifestyles. And, people were trying to stand up for what was biblical and right. And I know you push back on that a little bit too, but I know that's been something. You're gonna make me doing a live on some random. It's cool. It's actually enjoyable to hit some random topics. Some of my favorite live streams are the ones where we hit random topics as opposed to just having one consistent one all the way through, because it shifts the energy. But the Christianity piece, again, AR specifically said that I read the Bible more than him, and not even AR. I mean, this is something I again, because somebody brought up the fact that I think it might be AR too, that brought up the fact that I was teaching Sunday school. I was teaching Sunday school as a non-Christian in a Christian church because I studied the Bible so much, and it always tripped me out because the pastor, first lady, the family members, all the people that were long time people that gone to seminary, and I'm like, I read the Bible more than y'all. I think it's weird. But I can't make people want to read their Bible. And I can't make people understand it. But my question to you is, Mandrill, why do you believe people are so quick to use the Bible when the Bible is held up against their own lives? It still doesn't add up.
Because for them, it's the book of answers, as opposed to being the book of guidelines. You know what I'm saying? They hold that the text of the Bible as the literal word of God, and some of it is in the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, like, that no one argues about it. Read, and the thing is, they don't read it. So if you say it's in the Bible and you quote a scripture, they don't really know if that's the scripture or not. They don't read it. They don't study it. You know what I mean? So it's that people are easily manipulated through that. And that's the danger of not studying for yourself. When the important parts are, judge not lest ye be judged. No sin outweighs the other. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Let people, in other words, live and let live. You fuck up too. You're human. We all are. And again, it goes back to people wanting to feel important and validated. I'm better than you because I don't do that sin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do that a lot. What's up, exactly. Don Frank in the building?
Yeah, Bree's right. People don't be knowing what the Bible means.
I cannot get
they just be guessing. They just be guessing. Hey, Don Frank. I can't get her accent either, man. I can't. It's a Georgia accent. I can't do it. It's a Georgia accent. I can't do it. Sorry, Bree. I tried. Try getting your accent. Can't. Doesn't work for me. Doesn't work. But yeah, that's what it is, man. They go back because it's the book of answers, the ultimate answers, the final answers, and so they go back to that, and that's the long and short of it, man.
I know because I said my energy was off, and that's on me. But I'm not going to keep y'all long today. I'm probably going to wrap up shortly. I did want to just bring up one more thing before I let man jump out of here and we get up out, because again, I'm going to keep it short. So I need to do something different. I was bothered by, I get it. I've heard so many conversations from men talk about submission, women are talking about what are we submitting to, men talk about what the head and the leader, women are like, what are you heading and what are you leading? You know, I've heard the conversation so often. The only person who interprets the Bible correctly is Jesse Lee Peterson.
Amazing.
That's crazy. But yeah, they don't fucking know. You're right. But I've noticed that women are actually having ideas. Women are theorizing and trying to come up with systems. Even if some of them are misguided, some of the belief systems, some of the principles are misunderstood, women are trying to find answers for their lives and for their families. Men, it feel like, and this is just my feeling, my opinion, men are the blind asking to lead the deaf. The literacy gap between men and women are leaving us in a place where we're almost unrespectable as a group, as a demographic. I need help from the people to be convinced that anyone should care outside of me. Yeah, what? They're blind, leading the deaf, asking to lead the deaf, which means their pleas are falling on deaf ears. Let me lead you, but the person is deaf. So the blind asking to lead the deaf. I need help, Mandrill, to be convinced that anyone should even care what's going on with men right now. Because I try to stand up for men. I was on the panel, you know, I'll be on there with Wireless Woman. I'll be standing up for men. I'll be on it for men. Men, we got a plight. You know, we're suffering. We got, you know, America, the culture. I be trying to cape for men. But man, every time a man starts opening his mouth about stuff, and not all men, of course, it's not all men. There are some people, content creators. Obviously, I work with Mandrill. I work with Yella. I point y'all to I Digress, Mr. He Said, B9. There's a lot of people. I know I'm forgetting some people. It's not on purpose. I was just over in Chef Shapino's space. There are a lot of men I listen to. But there are so many more idiots. So many more idiots. And okay, I'm just trying to rein myself in because my annoyance starts to bubble up. Mandrill, can you help me care? Like if it was a group, we're men. We want men to do better in the world. Is there a reason for us to care? Or is it just like forget it and save ourselves? As best we can. Like, should we even try to give any knowledge to any of the other guys? Or is this?
Well, yeah, because when you give them knowledge, now you take away the excuses.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now you have no excuse. You now know what to do.
Y'all been on me about them excuses. You too.
Yeah, you take away the excuses. You know, now that you know better, you got to walk the walk now. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. May I use that? Okay. Yeah. And so that's why you should care, because you need to pass on the knowledge. Now, if you don't pass on knowledge, down to knowledge, you have to share in the responsibility of the failure. But if you give them the knowledge, at least you've done your part. And then, you know, if it requires it, you show them what to do. Yeah.
Man, I tell you, I've just been disappointed this week. Just disappointed. That's all. Like I speaking of disappointed, emotional intelligence, being able to admit that you have feelings, being able to admit that you go through states of being able to admit that you have things like ego. These are all real things. I've seen a lot of men struggle with being aware, acknowledging, and controlling their emotions and their ego. It is disappointing. But again, I know, and that's why I'm trying to cap myself, because I know I'm focusing on the thing that doesn't matter the most to me. I know I'm having that moment because what I should be focusing on are the people and the positive people who have shown up. Like I Digress said earlier, he's focusing on the people that show up and are ready to be about the things that he's about as well. So again, I'm just having another moment of catharsis because this week has been heavy with guys showing up in a particular way that was so disappointing, arguing for some of the most inane, inexcusable things, being passive aggressive, being strange. It was just unnecessary and it weighed upon me this week. But tomorrow, folks, at noon Eastern, because I pick up my nephew around this time tomorrow. I'll be hanging out with my nephew. But at noon Eastern, I'm going to open up the space. We'll have an open panel. If you want to come and talk about a topic, it's going to be an open topic. I'm not going to come with a video or something. I have plenty of notes and stuff to start off with. But if you want to come and talk about anything, just come and chop it up. Let's do that. Anybody who wants to come up, I'm going to pin the StreamYard to the link. It's Friday, so we're going to allow some foolishness. However that takes shape. I don't expect it to go like last week. Am I tripping? Yeah. Friday. Today is Thursday. Come on, man. What are you talking about? So tomorrow, being Friday, something happened. Anyway, tomorrow being Friday, noon Eastern, till about 3 p.m., 3:30 at the latest. Have the space open. We can talk about whatever, any topics you bring up from the chat or somebody that comes up on the panel, and we can just chop it up. Just hang, have an open space, and it won't be anything prepared. It'll just be available to anybody that wants to come and talk. Because I've stopped doing the drop the link as much. I like it just helps me manage my energy. It's for me. It's not about you. It's about me. Another concession, another admission I want to make. I realized a lot of upper. I don't need to do all that. Just in the headspace I'm in, guys. Forgive me for being a little off today, but I thought I misheard. Let the shenanigans begin. Yeah, last Friday was fun. Last Friday it was ignorance, but it was fun, and people were going at it. So hopefully that country person that came in here, Country Wayne or whatever, hopefully they come back. I didn't get to do everything I intended to do today, so I do want to look around. Yeah, because I apologize. Why am I keep apologizing? I don't need to keep apologizing. I apologize already. I feel terrible that I did not put the presentation the way I wanted to. So I let myself down. That's why I keep apologizing. But Mandrill, real quick, I am definitely going to check out your show from last night. I got caught up in some stuff yesterday. I ran out of time. But tell me if you don't mind, please, sir. I know you said you brought the Bible out. What was your show about yesterday?
It's called Bringing Us Together. It's about how to get men and women to cooperate with one another.
Okay.
So the conversation was, okay, we met. We're in a relationship. We're past the courtship. We're past the get to know you phase. We're past all that. We're in the relationship or we're in the marriage. Now what? How do we make this marriage last 50 years?
Okay.
How do we get this relationship to marriage? If marriage is what we want, you know what I'm saying? What do you do now once you're in the relationship? How do the man and the woman cooperate?
Okay.
You know? And I brought up Ephesians 5:23. The husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, his body, and himself is the savior, right?
Of the body, yep.
Yeah, he's the savior. That means he's the head. The man is the head of the wife, like Christ is the head of the church. What does Christ do for the church? He protects it.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? And he's responsible for it. He's responsible for it, right? Now, I brought up what else? Hebrews 13:17. Obey your leaders and submit to them, for they are keeping watch over your souls as those who will have to give an account. Let them do this with joy and not with groaning, for that would be of no advantage to you. Meaning, okay, ladies, don't give the guy a hard time. Don't make this harder on him than it already is. Okay? Okay, ladies, now to the men, yeah, she's supposed to obey you and submit to you, but as though, because you're the one keeping watch over them as if you're going to give an account, meaning you have to report to God on whether this relationship succeeds or fails. You have to literally report to God and be accountable for that. You are responsible, you are accountable for either the success or the failure of that marriage. You're accountable, the man, because you're the head. She's following your lead. She's submitting to you, right? And incidentally, she's not submitting. When it goes back to Ephesians, his body and himself is Savior, meaning my body and myself, I'm the Savior in this marriage, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, my ass is on the line here. You know what I'm saying? I'm accountable for what happens here. Pass or fail. Yeah. I'm responsible for that woman. I'm responsible for the children that we have. It's a responsibility. And then I brought up 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7.
Oh, love, yeah.
You're responsible for these people, right? So this is what you have to bring. If you want, if you want your wife and children to look at you in that light, this is what you got to bring. You must bring to that marriage. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. As men, that's what we have to bring. We have to put our ego out the window. We have to put our pride to the side when it comes to our wife and our children, and do what is necessary to provide for them and protect them and take care of them, because they are our responsibility.
That's use that verse to rob people. Got the hearts from Brie. No, that's some good stuff, man. I know I talked about submission one time just because I wanted to show what the Bible actually talked about it. And I know a couple of those verses came up because I was like, first of all, the Bible consistently says they have to be your wife. And a lot of these guys keep talking about submission from women that they're not willing to marry. So, I mean, if you're going to use the Bible, I'm like, y'all really need to iron that out. Because I've heard the argument made that it's just, well, it's any type of committed relationship. Well, then you need to have committed would require that there is some sort of substantiation of the commitment. So you just giving your word of honor as a man of 2023 that you commit to her and you'll be with her and take care of her financially and her children that you create in this committed relationship outside of marriage. Well, I have a problem with that. What is that bound to? What community upholds that? Where's the enforcement? So the commitment has to be stronger than just, well, I intend to be with you for the rest of my life. So I really wish that men understood. That whole conversation was weird that so many men were talking about submission that weren't trying to marry somebody. Well, look at Mandrell in my old lady voice. I'm not to be submissive to the world. Absolutely. And that tripped me when I actually read what the Bible said about submission. I was like, what are these dudes talking about? Because the requirements for submission were above anything that I've really seen. Back to my questions from earlier about how many men can we trust on these different levels? You can't talk about submission. You can't.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. Listen, now where'd you find scripture on submission at?
Oh man, hold up, because I did I don't have it ready, but I know it is. Like, you were in the right space. Like Ephesians, they were in the Pauline letters, like Colossians, Ephesians, they were all up in there. Let me see. What was it? There was one in specific that I went through. And y'all said Hebrews 13:17. That might not have been it. Let me see. It wasn't Hebrews. Let me check. It might be Ephesians 5. Let me check that. Did you say Ephesians 5? Is that the one you said?
No, I was reading 1 Corinthians. Ephesians 5:23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is head of the church, his body and his body and is himself its savior. Meaning Christ died for the church. Meaning Christ died for the church. Meaning you have to be willing to die for that woman. I'll say, so I said last night, if you're not willing to die for your wife, die for that woman, I don't think you should marry her.
There was another one. There's one more. There's one more that was more impactful when I read it, but it was in the same. It wasn't Ephesians 5 then. Oh man, I really want to find that one. Colossians. Let me check Colossians real quick. Give me a second. Because there was one that had some language in there. I'm like, dog, men are definitely not holding up to this standard. Jesus Christ. I wish I knew. Maybe it's in my notes. Jesus. Let me see. Let me check my notes. Boo, 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 boo. God dang it. There is this one verse that it talked about. There was these 3 principles that I know stuck out to me. There were requirements for submission. It was like you don't, it was something about not, oh my God, it was something about not, I'm gonna have to look that up. Man. Maybe Philippians, is that it? Nope. I wish I had my notes. Colossians. Yeah, I'm going to have to find that another time because this search did not give me a well-ordered list. 1 Peter, is that it? Hold on. No. Let me check it. I didn't expect it to be Peter, but let me look. Wives and husbands. Let me see. No. Well, that is part of it. There's one of them. Okay, so 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. This is one part because it's talking about husbands and wives. But it said, likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way. I think this was the one. Likewise, husbands, because you got to be a husband first. Likewise, husbands, live with your wives. So you're married. In a culturally and a socially understood commitment with enforcement, because that's what they had back then. In an understanding way. So you're supposed to understand her. You're living in an understanding way. And it says showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel. So you're showing honor to her. So we had to unpack what honor was. Then it says, since they are heirs with you. So the fact that they are heirs with you, which means they have entitlements with you in the kingdom of God. So which means we have to have there's some level of equality. So we can't keep talking about, like, even though it says weaker vessel and we try to say, well, weaker vessel, that puts you on a lower plane. It says that they are heirs with you. So that language we must be misunderstanding.
What verse is this?
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7.
Verse 3, chapter 3. 1 Peter chapter 3.
7. Verse 7.
7, okay.
So then when it says showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, I remember at the time I looked up in the Blue Letter Bible what the word
says husbands in the same way be considerate as you live with your wives and treat them.
Oh, I'm in the English. I'm sorry, I'm in the English standard. I'm in the English standard. Let me go to the King James.
No, I'm in the New International Version.
Okay.
Hold on, let's see. Yeah, respect.
But even in the King James, I know most
Treat
people
them with
accept the King
respect.
James. Go ahead.
Treat them
Go ahead and read first.
treat them with respect as the weaker partner, and as heirs, with you of the gracious gift of life, and heirs with you. Right. Yeah, she does heir with you of the gracious gift of life, so that nothing will hinder your prayers.
So she's an heir with you. She's an equal as far as heir. As far as God, she's an equal because she's an equal. She's an heir. She's an heir with you, not an heir below you, not an heir beneath you, not a lesser.
She's an equal. She's an equal. Thing is, she's an equal. She is an equal, but the man is the head. Meaning, okay, you're the head, but remember, treat her with respect because she is an equal.
Mm-hmm.
She's not beneath, like you said, she's not beneath you. You just have to be. You just happen to be the final say so. Here's the thing. You just happen to be. Your word is the last word. You're the final decision maker. Mm-hmm. What you say goes. That's why there's all this text in the Bible about respect and honor your wife and things like that. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to respect her counsel. Look at Mr. He said, which version sounds like a reaction to reaction? Here's the thing. Look, all the different versions. Now, here's the thing. I guarantee you, Mr. He said values his wife's counsel.
Absolutely.
I guarantee he values and respects his wife's counsel. He looks forward to it. He's a Harris. I know this. Okay, we require a woman with a brain. I got to have a woman with a brain. I got to have a woman who with a brain. I have to have a competent woman.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have no dumb bimbo chick around me. Been there, done that, Arshawn. Bought the t-shirt.
Hey.
It's not a good time.
But look at that verse at the end, the last part of that verse, Mandrell, because in the King James version it says that your prayers not be hindered. What does it say in your version?
It says so that nothing will hinder your prayers.
So that means the way you treat your woman, if you dishonor her, if you don't treat her with as an heir with you, and if you don't dwell with them according to knowledge, with or understanding, whichever version, if you don't treat them with knowledge and understanding, give honor, and you don't treat them as an equal, then your prayers are hindered. Your access to your God is hindered because of the way you treat your woman or mistreat. If you mistreat your woman based upon what the Bible says, if you're a believer of this book and you say, I abide by it, if you are making your woman subservient in a dominant and forceful way, you are hindering your prayers to your God according to your book. So when these guys are not honoring their women, talking about you need to submit because you're the tail and not the head. If there's a certain mentality that you carry about the woman as a lesser person, if that's the way you're carrying it, not submitting like you need to be respectful and we cooperate and all that stuff and we give and it's a give and take. Not that. I've heard guys talk about Sharia law here.
I've heard that nonsense too.
Right. So if you're talking about Sharia law, you're not honoring her, you're not dealing with her according to knowledge, and you're not treating her as an equal heir of the grace of life according to the Bible. So then you can't talk about Christianity because your prayers are going to be hindered. And that's just in that one verse. The Bible is very explicit about husbands and wives and the nature of submission and what it requires, like you were pointing out in those other chapters. So when I saw it, I was like, Jesus Christ, why are these dudes so gung-ho for something that they don't want to put the work in for? Because the Bible is explicit on how much work. Mental, soft skills, emotional intelligence. You're going to have to be emotionally intelligent to deal with your woman in an understanding and knowledgeable way, and to give honor to her, and to treat her like a joint heir, to not allow that position of headship or authority to treat her like she's a lesser heir in the kingdom of God. That's going to require some level of ego management and emotional regulation. And men don't want to do any of that. Like, again, generally speaking, we have a lot of course, emotionally intelligent men. Truth. We got Mr. He said. We got people. So it's not all men. We're talking about the bad ones, which seem to be a lot. So it just trips me out when men who are espousing the Bible will then undercut the Bible at the exact same time. So that's a passion of mine that it irks my soul worse than the whole thing. That bothers me more than the whole rest of the week that happened, man.
Yeah, I think it's truth and purpose nexus. He used to be truth is never favored. Put a one in the chat if you saw my show last night. Watch this, Sean. If you did not see my show, Truth, put a 2. Watch this, Arshawn. Watch. He probably won't even answer. He probably came in, put that comment in, and left.
Nah, exactly. People use the Bible for what they want and use to manipulate. I know I did not see it, but I am going to go back and watch it.
Yeah. Because Truth, come on, where's your answer at? Yes or no? Yes for 1, 2 for no.
Oh no, 2 is no. My bad. 2 is no.
2 is no. Yeah. Now, Truth. Here's the thing, Arshawn. Candid Ann was there. Von Bryant was there. A bunch of other people were there. And when I started reading scripture last night to illustrate my point, people are like, wait, Mandrill, wait. What's going? What? People are like, what the hell's going on? Mandrill's reading the scripture? Yeah, and Truth, you missed it. You even missed my show on morality, and I told you when it was gonna be. I told him 2 days before it happened. Before I did the show, he still wasn't there. I was reading scripture last night, man.
That's what's up.
I was cooking all night with that word. You missed it. You missed it, Truth. You missed it. You should have been there live. I had to do it live. I did it live.
Now listen, this is going to bring up a link to an old video, but that's the channel. Because this link was for another video I did, but the link
Pastor Mandrill.
It should pop up in the chat. If you follow that, that'll go to a video, but that's Black Man Unfiltered's channel. And Mandrill does Unapologetic with Mandrill and Shushu on that channel on Wednesdays. But you click on that one, you should be able to go and subscribe or, find the videos that way. But that's not the video, but you can get to the, real quick. Facts. It's who you under. I need your horn. What days? Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern is Unapologetic with Mandrill and Shushu that Mandrill's spearheads. But I know you were also on the barbershop on Fridays and another show too. I think I've seen you on a different day of the week too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, bro, your show is wrapped in other people's names. Yeah, it's true. Pastor Mandrill. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out, man. Oh, Wally got a clean shave. Look at Wally. I just happened to pull up YouTube.
wait. Where Wally at with a clean shave?
Man, Wally on his channel, Wealth Talk Productions. He got a clean shave, look like a whole new man.
Wealth Talk Productions.
Trust me. I've been filtering what I've been watching. I'll be there. Wealth Talk Productions. Wally got a clean. Look at Wally. Looking like y'all talk about I look like a 12-year-old. Go ahead, Wally. I see you. Send the link. If you pull up the link, man, just so you can drop it in the
Jesus.
Chat. We a bunch of baby faces.
That is jarring, man.
We a bunch of baby faces.
That is jarring, dude. I mean, it's just a big shock. I'm used to him having the mini fro and the the bros of Bruta going on.
Let me see if I can find a link, y'all. Give me a second. I was being lazy. Black Man Unfiltered. Black Man. All right, so no excuses. Bringing us together. There it is. Nice. All right, I'm about to drop the link in the chat for Mandrill's video from last night. Ignore the first link.
Okay. Go to okay. Pull up the show and go to timestamp 1:51:48.
All right, give me a second. Screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Thank you for the advice. 48.
1:51:48.
Taruso's in the building.
Yeah. Watch everybody's response after I'm done with it. Truth is never favorite. If you're still here, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat, Truth. I want to. You got it. No, you better be here. Meaning we are accountable for you and the marriage. We have to answer to God on whether it passes or fails. Do this so that their work will be a joy, not a burden, for that would be of no benefit to you.
Man, I don't know what's been going on with me and YouTube, man. Yeah, it's been bad.
Everybody's having a problem with it.
Okay, it might be StreamYard then, because I noticed when I was I used to have a problem with StreamYard when I was doing Twitch as much. I tried to use a different streaming service. I didn't have any problems with the buffering, but if I pulled up StreamYard, it was buffering again. So it might be a StreamYard problem. Can you do a show on bad pastors? Okay. Who, me? Not me. Maybe Mandrell can. All right, come on now.
Looks like it's coming back.
See, the problem is
you went too far. I told you where to go. I told you 151.48.
I was there, but it played a little bit. It started playing.
Okay. It looks like it's coming back. There it is. Here we go. I'm gonna round this up. We're gonna do a round robin, starting with JT, if you're there. Okay. I mean, maybe you stepped. I went to the bathroom, but Teruse, let's go and get you out the way. Final thoughts, people, because we are at 1 hour and 52 minutes. Final thoughts, because I have something to say to wrap this up. In fact, you know what? Before we get to final thoughts, let me see what you guys think of this. Okay, I do want to hear your opinions on this one by one. All right. Ephesians 5, chapter 5, verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now, that acknowledges the man as the head of the household. Now, to the women, have confidence in your leader and submit to their authority, because they keep watch over you as those who must give an account, meaning we are accountable for you and the marriage. We have to answer to God on whether it passes or fails. Do this so that their work will be a joy, not a burden, for that would be of no benefit to you. Now, let's go to so fellas, that's telling us that we are the head of the household. We have the responsibility of this relation, not only this marriage, but we're responsible for the wife and whatever children we have. Okay, we are the responsible ones for that family. And whether that marriage is a success or a failure, we have to answer to God himself on that. So we are held accountable on the success or failure of that marriage. We're accountable for it. And it says to the ladies, look, don't give them a hard time, because that doesn't benefit you at all. Now, fellas, it ain't a free ride. You're no dictator. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7 says, this is what you got to bring. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Now, if you want this woman to acknowledge you, as Ephesians and Hebrews both said, you want to go into acknowledge you as those things. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7 is what you got to bring. It is an absolute must.
Mandrea, I don't got no other comments tonight, bro. I just want to say this. I just want to take a moment and just say I'm so proud of you, man. Tonight, bro, like you are really cooking out this word tonight, bro. And I knew you had it in you. And so in a few months, guys, he's gonna get his collar.
I like
it. We're gonna be looking at Bishop Harris.
I don't know about all that. Yeah, but like I said, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7. That's the description of love. That's the definition of description. Yeah,
I'm just glad to see him redeeming himself, because man. I
knew it was coming, bro.
So I'm happy to hear, Mandrell.
Well, here's the thing.
Glad to have you back, brother.
Thank you. The thing is, Trey, about that, hold on. I wasn't clear about the definition of that. What kind of conversation that was?
No, Mandrell, don't get derailed.
I'm not going to get derailed. Not going to derail. That's Trey, I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
The fact that everyone was so confused, that's on me.
You don't have to explain it, bro. I was just joking. I understand. I understand completely what you guys were trying to do. I'm just messing with you, bro.
People were saying, people have been taking shots at me ever since, man. I've been catching fire for 2 weeks.
That would be me.
That's treadmill Trey in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why
the thing is,
that.
like True said, it ain't nothing to be said. Cut the stream. He said, "Oh shit, my man was on fire." Truth. It was like that all night long. All night. And you missed it. You missed a sermon by Mandrell. I told you I was a man of God. I told you I was. I'm just not a Christian. You can have your religion. You can have your doctrines. But remember this, because I was taught this by God himself, that religion is the biggest barrier between mankind and God. The biggest barrier between those two is religion. So long as you are a man or woman of God and you love him, not fear him, love him with all your heart, all your mind, all your body, and all your soul, religion doesn't matter.
All right, cool.
Also, walk with him everywhere you go. You must walk with him everywhere you go. Carry God wherever you go, everywhere. And I do. And people got upset with me. Drop the link for Truth. Here's the thing.
We can't really get out of here.
I know, but give him a few minutes. Please. I want to hear his voice. I want to hear what he has to say. I'm halfway tempted to give this dude my contact information, hear what he has to say about that, because I want him to watch that whole stream and tell me what he thought about it. Now, here's the thing.
5 minutes.
People got upset with me when I told them I put my Bible down and I walked with God. People didn't understand what I meant by that. So I went on Bolo's stream one night and I explained it to them. I said, people misunderstand me. Here's what I'm talking about. I said, imagine, if you will, if you would take a blindfold. It's in the chat. The link, the StreamYard link is in the chat, True. If you would take a blindfold or a bandana or something and cover your eyes, tie it up, and blindfold yourself, right? Then have someone put their hand on your shoulder and guide you where you need to go. I said, now you're used to experiencing the world primarily with your eyes. So much so that the rest of your senses, they're in your subconscious. You don't even really notice you're using them. But now you don't have that primary sense you use, the sense of sight. Right? So now you're forced to experience the world in a completely different way because you have your other senses. Now you have to rely on those. I said, and that's what I've been doing. I've allowed God to put his hand on my shoulder and guide me where I needed to go with my blindfolders on and let him guide me. I took the phrase let go and let God quite literally. I said, now when I read the Bible, I can read it with a completely different mindset, completely different perspective. Because I've done that, walk with God, for over a decade. Now I can pay far more attention. You know what I'm saying? I see far more than most people. It really is an enlightening experience. I suggest you try it.
That is what's up, man.
And Truth ain't clicked that link yet.
Yeah, I think he said he wanted the link to the video. But I'm curious why Yella came back. You supposed to be dipping. We trying to get up out of here, man. You know what you acting like?
I just came here to tell Mandrell he full of shit while I rolled his blunt. like no expression at all. You gotta love Yella, man. He just shake his head.
You good?
He just shakes his head. No.
Because I'm 2 minutes, if you mind.
The floor is yours.
Having stepped away from the stream, I realized what we've been talking about is way more motherfucking accurate than it's gotta be. I'm tired of playing nice with these niggas. Fuck you, bitch ass niggas. I realize most of the people that we talk to coming through these spaces are fucking idiots. Man, woman, whatever fucking race it is. We putting too much time and effort in trying to teach somebody some whack ass shit. For real. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. To be completely honest with you, shit ain't productive, man. Because we sitting here trying to drag dead weight. That's exactly what the fuck we doing. We dealing with some fucking selfish, self-centered, maniacal, manipulative ass motherfucking men who don't know how to shut the fuck up before they get the fuck slapped out of them. Everybody sitting up in their goddamn chairs across from motherfucking that camera acting like they got a motherfucking every goddamn idea right, every goddamn decision making right, man. Fuck what these niggas talking about. I'm done playing nice with these niggas. I ain't finna play no God with these niggas. I ain't finna play religion with these niggas. Bring y'all goofy ass on. Cause you niggas is the blueprint on why everything fucking falling apart. Fuck how trash the women is. They could be trash all day. And yeah, y'all trash too. I ain't letting y'all off the hook. But we deal with y'all on Tuesdays. Because y'all don't make it no motherfucking better. Y'all perpetuate the same shit that y'all don't want these niggas doing. And then turn around and make it seem like they doing something wrong. Y'all like these niggas. The second you stop liking them niggas, they'll probably change. But I'm going to call it like it is. It'd be a lot of yes men when they come in here and hey, all this other shit, y'all doing the same shit. Just in other places. We see you in secret, nigga. Tired of saving these niggas. You can pull me down. I'm tired of talking about saving these niggas, man. Because these dumbass, stupid ass, bitch ass niggas don't listen. I've been listening, man, and it's frustrating that we got to keep going through this shit. When we know goddamn well you motherfucker ain't nothing.
It's something set you off. He said, man, y'all.
The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Y'all said we letting them off the hook.
We're letting these bitch ass niggas off the hook. The same smoke they was talking about bringing the conscience in them is the same smoke I'm bringing to any of these motherfuckers. And I really don't care what the fuck you got between your legs at this point. Okay. What set me off with the realization that a lot of motherfuckers just flapping their goddamn gums at the end of the day.
That's what it is. Yeah, we got Von Bryant. Von Bryant, the link has been dropped. I'd like you to click that link and come up here and tell me with your voice. Yes,
you're violating my boundary.
No. I'm sorry, Arshawn, but this is too important. This is very important now. Now, Von Bryant is going to come up here. He's going to click that link and tell me what he thought of my show last night. I would love to hear his critique. Von Bryant, if you could, sir. Yes. Could you come up here and tell me what you thought? Give me your critique of my show last night, yesterday evening. I'm working on it, Von. I'm working on that voice. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get Von Bryant's voice.
You know,
I already got Black David.
You know, Mandrill. I really think you did a wonderful job last night. And I want to say blessings to you, Brother Yeller.
Blessings to you, Brother Yeller. Blessings to you, Brother Arshawn. And Mandrill, I just wanted you did an outstanding job. I am very impressed with your growth. I would seriously, Von, the link is in the chat. I really would appreciate it if you click the link and tell me what you thought, man. I mean, because I really am curious. I don't ever get feedback. No one ever gives me feedback on my show.
You want some real feedback?
I doubt if anybody even watches.
Stop talking to them ignorant ass, dumb ass niggas, man. That's real ass shit. I watch you waste your goddamn time every motherfucking night dealing with them half-brained ass, need to be in a padded room ass, dick sucking ass niggas. I'm tired of that shit. Why do you keep fucking with them niggas? That's real ass shit. This is my energy from now to the fuck on. I see you smarter than them niggas and you want to go over there wasting our time. I'm so serious, man, Drill. I can't stand them bitch ass niggas. I promise you, we waste more goddamn energy reacting to they sorry ass and what the fuck they done said, and ain't a goddamn thing gonna change. Nothing. Because we keep trying to make peace. We keep trying to make peace with niggas who ain't trying to do shit but fuck it up. Niggas don't listen. You tell them what we want done and they ain't gonna fucking do it. Everybody who listening, everybody who fall under the category. You don't like what I'm saying or not? If you've ever not liked what I said or not, I'm talking directly to you. Fucking tired of it, man. We spend too many goddamn hours doing this shit. We gonna move forward. We gonna stop reacting to these dumbass niggas. It's 2 weeks now. It's 2 goddamn weeks. We can't get nothing else motherfucking accomplished. We can't get nothing else going on. I'm tired of dealing with these niggas. I ain't started doing this motherfucking shit so we can constantly motherfucking dive back into bitch ass niggas being bitch ass niggas all the goddamn time. So Black Man Unfiltered, AR, Vic, all you niggas, fuck you. Ain't got time for you simple-minded niggas. Every one of them niggas on Black Man Unfiltered except for Mandrill and Tyrese. Fuck you niggas. Fuck y'all mean. Y'all just some talking point regurgitating hate, man, women hating ass niggas. That's why y'all don't like women, because y'all can't get them, because y'all some bitch ass niggas. So y'all sit up on the internet and play alpha when motherfuckers can't check your goddamn receipts. You want to be where motherfuckers can't check your whole card. I see your whole card. You want to know why? Because I've been in the trenches where niggas become bitches. And you niggas show bitch every time you hit the link. Y'all show bitch. You ain't even got to say you a bitch. You just show a bitch. It's 9 bitches sitting up on the screen talking shit. Might as well have been doing a motherfucking circle jerk like old girl was talking about. Mutual masturbation. That's exactly what the fuck y'all do every night. Mutual fucking masturbation. And it look weird because y'all kneeling at the knees of some nigga who would piss on y'all if he had to. Fuck this shit, man. Done dealing with these niggas. For real. Tired of even letting they motherfucking name ring out over here like that. Y'all niggas can't come get this smoke, then fuck you bitch ass niggas.
A jerkle.
That's exactly what it is. A bunch of jerks having a jerk off session.
Jerks having a jerk off session.
Boy, man, Drew, when you asked that question, I was like, boy, you can't see Yellow seething. He is, boy, it was, woo.
I see it now, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, buddy. Now, I'm glad I missed. I don't know what happened over there. I'm glad I wasn't reacting to them because Jesus Christ, man. I am going to check out the show. Even though Black Man Unfiltered, I don't know too many of them people over there. A lot of them goofy, but I am going to check out your content because I know you're trying to put out some good content in a bad space. But you know, people could come again and say my space is bad too. So I mean, everybody's got their own preferences. I ain't even gonna trip on you because I've said enough about where you be at. I've said, you know, we've said it, but I still try to rock with the people that have a decent intention. So I'm going to listen to your content. I ain't really got to like it. I ain't got to sub. I can just check you out. So man, I'm with you. I'm not gonna be reacting to no more Black Man Unfiltered stuff. I mean myself. I can't do it. I can't listen to too much of them, but it's your Wednesday stuff with you and Shoo. I'll check that out typically before y'all hit the link. Because once y'all start dropping the link, I start dropping out. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I promise you, the only 30 minutes to an hour that I would even consider consuming over there.
Yeah.
As soon as y'all drop the link, I'm out.
Bro, they make you stupid. They make you look stupid looking at them. Like for real. Yeah. Like I feel stupid watching them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't do it, man. I'm tired of all these fake ass internet ass people. Period. I'm tired of all these fake internet ass people. Period. Like for real. That's some real ass shit. I don't give a fuck if it come with the game or not. Guess what also come with the game? Motherfucker call you out on your bullshit. Real talk.
Man, y'all go ahead and end it, man. I'll be up here all day. I'm about to start calling motherfuckers out by name some more.
Hey, man, I appreciate your temperament. You know, I can't meet you in as that level of, you know, anger all the time because that's not healthy for me. When I get to that spot, it's very unhealthy for me. But, man, I definitely respect the fact that you got it in you. Man, Jarrell, man, go ahead and get your last words in before we dip one out, man. Let's hear what you got to say, man. I really appreciate the perspective you brought about the submission too, man. You be trying to tell unreasonable people some reason, but that's exactly what we talked about. Ideophobic people that they resist information and reason. But go ahead and give us some closing words, my guy.
Closing words, Von Bright. Thank you for that comment. Appreciate that. Thank you for both comments. Appreciate that. But I'd rather hear you tell me than that. But we're about to go. So yeah, people, watch who you listen to on the internet about relationships, because listen to the vast majority of people out here. They will keep you single. They will keep you single. A wife is not property. A girlfriend is not property either. You don't own them. You are responsible for them. You're more responsible for them than you are your own life. Because if need be, if she's your wife, if need be, you have to sacrifice your life for her in order for her to live, her and your children. So she is her life and your children's life is actually more valuable than yours. And if you don't have that mindset, don't get married. That's why my respect for Yella is through the fucking stratosphere past the moon. Yella knows this, and he flat out says, hey, the married life ain't for me. He's not wasting anybody's time. He's honest with himself, number one, which is what most of y'all need to do. I got nothing but respect for shit like that. Honesty. That's honor. And honor goes a long fucking way with me. Seriously. So treat people like people. Treat people like they have value. And love each other, man. For real. Go out and do something good today. For once in your life. Jesus. That's all I got, Arshawn. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for coming through. My internet, I think it's interneting right now. Before Yella goes, man, I want to say something because, man, Drill, this is how I feel. I try to keep this understanding of things. Give me a second. It's from the Bible too. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. There was something from the Bible, Romans 14:5. One man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. But I'm gonna read that in another translation because that's that old English where it sounds funny. I know Bree said not to do the NIV, but I am going to do the NLT real quick. Romans 14:5. Come on now, give me a second. I'm gonna make a point from this. In the same way, some think one day is more holy than another day, while others think every day is alike. You should each be fully convinced that whichever day you choose is acceptable. Like there's a principle in the Bible, and there's another verse that like does your conscience condemn thee? Like there's a principle that I understood from the Bible that some things are like outright just wrong, abject wrong, like thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, outright wrong. But there are some things that our individual conscience and our individual walk and journey in life makes wrong for us. It doesn't suit our temperament. It doesn't suit our nature individually. And when we violate our conscience and our nature, it's wrong for us on an individual level where it's fine for the other person. So I try not to judge completely because being around certain people may not be wrong for you. Like a snake has venom. It has toxicity in it. If that snake gets into something that the snake bites, it's going to might paralyze them. Some things that the snake bites, it might not harm at all. What's his face? The honey badger. Honey badger will just shrug it off or maybe take a nap, but it might kill somebody or paralyze somebody else. So what's right for me is I don't want to be around that space too much. You have a higher degree of tolerance. So I'm not judging you as a person. I know I said I question. That's why I said what that one day I said I question your ability to be around it, but I can't judge you because you just might have a higher tolerance for things that I can't put up with. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure from my own out of my own voice, I'm clear that there are multiple possibilities. And like Vaughn says, the Bible says a lot. It also says, come out from among them and be ye separate. But that's everybody, every man has to account for himself in this life. So I just want to make sure I was completely clear that because you've shown yourself to be one type of person, I'm going to judge you on the person you show yourself to be for me. But the space, I'm going to judge it for what it's shown itself to be for me. But Yella, I wanted you to go, and I wasn't saying that in opposition of what you said. How you feel is completely. I wasn't trying to.
Yeah, I think I have nothing but respect for that.
Yeah,
absolutely. I have nothing but respect for that.
Yeah, Yella, you want to get your last words in, and then we meet up, or you good? Okay, I think he might be good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate y'all taking the time to be here today. Now, again, I let myself down. I apologize that my energy was not in the space to give the presentation that I would have wanted to give myself, because I hold myself to a standard. I do hold myself to a standard, even if you didn't ask one of me. So I do want to say I gave y'all one of these type performances today. I gave a nigga nay performance, man. It was not suitable for me. But we had some good questions. We had some good dialogue, and I appreciate all of the feedback that y'all gave. And I appreciate the perspective and the change of pace and energy that Mandrill brought to it. I appreciate even more the change of pace that Yella brought in. Creator Shadow coming out strong. Oh my God, I don't like you. Why you have to point that out? Good show. Thanks for hanging. Now StreamYard's not working. Anyway, I'm about to hit an outro. See if StreamYard will actually play an outro. I really do appreciate all of you. And make sure y'all check out Kawaii Bree 123.
Kawaii Bree 123.
Yeah, because we got the one for Yella. We played that Yella. I'm gonna play it again. Support, go check out Yella.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. You think I'm fucking with you?
I love that one. But man, make sure y'all go check out Kawaii Bree too.
Swami Vive Kamunan Suchin Tendolkar to Virat Kohli.
I just got way too much black at the end of that one. But make sure y'all go.
Yeah, I got to talk to you about something. I'll hang back after the show. It really is just a question or two. That's it.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Everybody, Risa, I see you out there. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully y'all have a good one, because I intended to have a fun thing, and I had all these clips and all this stuff, but I didn't get to any of it, yo. So my bad. I will play this last one before I get out of here, because I am a Don, and I've updated I'm trying to bring some Twitch culture over to YouTube. So that's what some of these clips are, because I am
amazing.
But I wanted to bring the dime back and bring it over to YouTube.
I don't care what your Alpha Male Podcast folks told you.
That certainly is one big self-assured ninja.
Well, Oshawa is a dime.
I'm looking for a dime.
That's top of the line. So I had to do it in some little funny way. Get my little hunter on. But I appreciate all of y'all. Let me hit this outro, and we are going. Why did I lose the outro? Oh, this isn't critically drinking. This is come on, man. Jesus Christ.
What are we talking about? Come on, man. 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 How many push-ups you want to do here, pal? Oh, come on, man. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. What is he doing? Come on, man. Give me a little break here. But everybody knows who this guy is. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Get a life.
Come on, son.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Come on, man. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You're making money. Come on. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.